good agency owners, have a dope conversation today. We have Jason, the founder of Macarios Marketing, and I don't know too much about Jason in this call. This is a live consultative call. I intentionally came in with a blank slate to really demonstrate to you everyone, just like Jason, everyone has the same problems at some point in the business. I'm here to add as much value to Jason, and so you can observe and learn to implement the lessons for yourself. So Jason, for everyone that doesn't know you, could you just give like a 30-second intro? Who are you? How much does your business earn on average per month? And what's the service and what's the biggest problem you're facing?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. So I'm Jason, the owner of Macarios Marketing. We are an e-commerce SEO agency making about 20,000 per month, 70% or so profit margin. And the biggest problem that I face is probably a systems issue, from organizing, training my team to doing outreach, and that's probably the biggest issue I'm running into currently.
Cool. Well, first off, congratulations. I mean, look, like you might say, I do 20K and I want to be making $1 million a year in revenue, but like 20K with 70% margins is like killer. And I'm assuming that's because you're doing most of everything so far. Is that fair to say?
No, it's actually a backlink cost. So I have to pay for backlinks for some of my clients, so that eats into the monthly revenue that I take in.
Oh, well, that's not bad at all. I actually haven't, remind me, I have a vendor that might be interesting for you in the back end of this. So, okay, you said I need better systems for lead gen. I need better systems for fulfillment. If we could only solve one problem today on this call, hence that by doing so would disproportionately double, like increase the speed to double your business, go from 20 to 40 to 50K. What do you think that thing is? And then I'll ask some questions to affirm.
For me, it would be lead gen. If I could fix that issue, that would allow me to scale much faster.
Okay, let's confirm or deny that assumption.
Sure.
How many leads are you booking on average per month?
8 to 10. It's low.
Okay. Where are these leads coming from?
They're all organic, believe it or not. TikTok, Instagram, just solid following there.
Cool. Do you do any outreach on those platforms?
I've tried cold DM for a few months. It didn't really get me anywhere.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Instagram's like 3K. TikTok, I have 42,000.
Can you do outreach on TikTok or no?
Not cold in the way that I need to.
Are you able to see who your followers are on TikTok? Like,
Yes.
Are you able to go through your 40?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have organic anywhere else?
LinkedIn, a few thousand, and that's pretty much it. But there's not a lot of traction from LinkedIn.
Okay. How many of the 8 to 10, how many clients on average do you close per month? Or how many of those 8 to 10 are qualified?
Qualified, three to four maybe. And I'm closing one of them, whether they're qualified or not. So it's a problem.
Okay. What's the average retainer right now? So you close one deal on average per month. What's the average retainer?
25 to 3,000, somewhere in there.
Okay, that's a good number. And by the way, I don't know if you use this supplement. I just did the Alpha Brain Black Label. This is not an advertisement, but just trying to up on my mental game with a newborn. Okay, so that's a good price point, right? Like that's a pretty decent price point. I'm assuming you have like 8 clients.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. How many clients, if shit hit the fan, how many clients could you onboard into your business? In 1 month, like I say, Jason, Magic Wand, we could onboard unlimited. How many could you onboard in 1 month?
Without everything breaking, 4 to 5.
Okay. And do you know your LTV right now? Like how?
Yes.
A better way of saying that for you. Okay. How many months does a client stay on average, or LTV?
3.5, or somewhere like 9 to 12K.
So you're having different types of businesses. Are there types of businesses that when they come in, they stay longer?
The e-commerce ones actually stay on longer. The issue I have is I'm bringing on non-e-commerce businesses to just have more revenue, and those are the people that fall off faster.
Okay. How long do the e-com clients stay for?
They're 5 to 6 months. So they're about double the normal.
How come they don't stay longer than that?
That's the question I'm trying to figure out also.
For these clients, are you able to demonstrate ROI? They're spending 2,500, 3K. Are you able to show them, hey, you're spending this, but here's the traffic I'm bringing to your site?
Yes. So we have the reporting, we have the revenue, and at that 6-month mark is really where you see like the massive growth. So sometimes we're not even getting to that point, and they're like, all right, I think I'm done spending this money. I saw your rankings, the traffic's good, but the revenue numbers haven't kicked in yet. or they're slower than they were anticipating.
Yeah, you need bigger businesses to
Yes.
ride the ship with you.
Yes.
Do you have a good dashboard to show them like where they're at today and where they're going to head if they stick 6, 12, 18 months, like a visual? Maybe not, that's not a dashboard, that's a report. Here's where we're at. Here's where we can be 6, 12, 18 months if we stick on the train.
Yes. So I provide like keyword opportunities for them and say it's going to bring you, 20,000 more people to your site, which is going to lead to X amount of increase in revenue at 6, 12, 18.
Do you know their like conversion rate numbers? So when people land on their site, do you know like,
Yes.
based on your conversion rate, here's how much money I made you this month?
Close. Yeah, we're able to see and track that. I just need to probably do a better job of reporting that end of things and improving that conversion rate as we go.
Your job is not to convert the clients. Your job is to get them to the site. So
Okay.
you could partner with a CRO agency.
Sure.
And this is one of those things like, hey, I'm driving enough revenue where I know, like, we don't want them to get ROI. We want them to get ROI on their like after cost. So after CAC and then after 3PL and inventory and all that shit. This is probably where we want to be sophisticated on. But okay, so let's run some numbers.
Sure.
Your business does about one client a month multiplied by 2,500. So I don't even need to multiply that. Right. You're adding about 2,500, 3K a month.
Right.
The average LTV, actually, do you know how many clients on that? So how many clients do you lose per month? Is it one or less?
It's probably one. It's probably like bring one on, lose one.
Okay. So we're at the capacity because so mostly in these conversations, I think about what it's called the capacity equation or the bottleneck. So your business can only grow as big as your constraint. The constraint is defined as like the thing that slows down your growth. You're bringing in one client a month, you're losing one client a month. So the question is, what's going to be the easiest way to get more clients? And there's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of different options. To your point, we need more e-com clients. So the thing that I would consider if I were you is, number one, could I form good partnerships to, get more clients?
Yeah.
And for you, have you ever approached advertising agencies or CRO agencies for e-com businesses to form partnerships?
Paid ads, yes. So that's where some of those clients are coming from. Is a paid ad company will say, hey, my client mentioned they need SEO. I know that you do that. Let's get you on the phone with them and discuss. CRO, no, I need to do a better job there.
I'm going to ping someone right now. Do you have a partner? Okay, so I just asked one of my clients. He works with pretty decent sized brands. So for you, I would look at, if you're going to get one, you have to be able to give one, or you just have to give them a fatter percent. If you're doing 70% margin, you could give 20%.
Okay.
Because if you're still making half, like if you bring on 2 clients a month, your business will go from 20 to 40.
Right.
And if you're doing 40, right, and on that 40K, you profit 10K because your margins are at 50%, I'm sure you're a happy camper.
Yeah.
So now you can't do that forever.
Right.
Right. You can't give away 20%. But the way I look at it is, at this phase of the game for you, it's kind of like whack-a-mole. You have to do a lot of everything. You have to get better at marketing and business development. You have to get better at psychology and lifetime value and educating. So part of the things on that front of the equation are, for your clients, when you onboard them, you need to understand. Here's a great question that you could ask, and everyone listening, you could ask. What do you need to see by 6 months to know that I'm the right partner and earn the right to work with you for 12 months?
It's good.
What do you need to see by 6 months where I could earn the right to work with you for 12 months? Yeah. And it's just going to be an ROI equation.
Right.
Now, in that onboarding discovery call, do you ask all those questions about what does it cost and conversion rates? Are you asking them the data of their business in onboarding? Cool.
Yes. Yep.
So from there, you need to get a commitment on that call too. It takes at minimum 6 months to actually see the results. Are you willing to invest at a bare minimum, and then you just do 2,500 or 3K times 6 at a bare minimum? And that's Are you willing to invest to then start and see crazy compound?
Right.
You need to get a consenting yes. The better question is, and this is where I would have some form of like an equation
Mhm.
that you could pull up on the screen. So you want to know how much you're going to invest. Actually, let's just build it in real time because I think,
Yeah, that would probably help me and everyone else watching.
hey, we're building shit. So the way I like to think about it is you need them to consent to try to be down to work with you for 12 months. Because I actually take back, what do you need to see at 6 months to be willing to work with me for 12?
Yeah.
That's the key question. Because like I said, in the game of whack-a-mole, which you're in right now, you need to get more leads. You also need to SEO only works if you could actually keep your clients for like, I've been paying my SEO agency for over 2 years.
Yeah.
And honestly, every month I reconsider. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
I don't. That's a second question. We have investment, months, conversion rate, traffic, ROI. So if you're doing 2,500 for 6 months, how much traffic do you think in 6 months you could get someone? Just you pick one client in your mind to just operate based on that client.
Yeah. I mean, we could do 5,000 organic clicks a month.
Okay. Where will it be at 12 months?
At 12 months, ideally, we're at 10 to 12, somewhere in that range.
Okay. So I'm building this out in real time. So do you know what the average client is
Spending?
not spending, what their conversion rate? So if you drive 5,000,
Yeah, I'd say on average it's about 3%. Some are higher, some are lower, but 3 is a good average.
do you know what the average order value is?
$80.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what we want to show and this is, I would be having this and pulling this up, right? So up until this point, they've invested 15,000, but by month 6, they're going to make 12,000. Now, that's per month. So by month 7, they're going to make another 12,000, and so that's where it's like by month 7 you're spending 2,500 to make 12,000. Is that worth it?
Yeah, yes.
So you need to be able to show them that, and then it's your. So this is where you have to get them bought in, and they are going to forget. By month 12, you're going to spend, give or take, 2,500 to make 26,000. Is that worth it?
Yes.
So you need to have a graph that actually takes this into a bar chart.
Okay.
If you want to get more specific, honestly, I would leave it at this. A good entrepreneur knows that, like, okay, I made 26,000, but I also have costs and fulfillment and 3PL and
Right.
cost to fulfill. You could show them, you could give them the math equation for net return for like, rather than at return on like, SEO spend, return on like your overall.
Sure.
Don't do that. If you just give them this shiny thing to focus on.
Yes.
So you want to show them, you want to build some form of a graph that shows them month by month how much bigger they will get. And you want to have a graph that could go out 24 to 36 months.
Okay.
Right? So when they come in, you want to say, look, like, are you willing? Here's a great one. Would you be willing to spend $2,500 in a month to make 26,000, a 10x return?
Yes.
Would you be willing to, in order to make $26,000 a month and spending $2,500 a month, would you be willing to spend $30,000 and to then every month after you spend $30,000, you make 26,000? Would you be willing to spend that? Would you be willing to spend 30,000 and then on a monthly basis you spend 25,000, but you make 26,000 after that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you could then show the math of like, you're going to spend 30,000 and you're going to make, right? So you're going to spend this in your first 12 months. You're going to make, if my numbers are correct and the numbers that you gave me, if they're correct, you're going to make X.
Yep.
So that's where you go month 1, month 2, month 3. You're going to give them the full range, right? And it should be more. But then after this, after your first 12 months, you're going to return this. So that's the selling point. You need to super duper educate them on the exponential curve that they are going on with you. You need to show them the math. You need to show them that here's what you're going to spend, here's what you're going to make, and you need to show them how much you've spent by month 6, how much you've made by month 6, how much you spent by month 12, how much you're going to make by month 12. But on month 13, you're spending $2,500 and you're making $26,000, $30,000 if our numbers are correct.
Yep.
And this is where we could bring in a conversion rate optimization specialist. If we go from 3 to 3.5, the numbers change, right? So that's where you're like, I have a partner, I have a CRO partner that when we get here, we're going to really want to focus on that. So this is the retention strategy. Okay, here's the few things. So you need to learn how to get more deals. You also need to learn how to keep your clients. For me, you just really need to harp on this. You need to get their buy-in. You need to give them reminders 3-6 months. Like every 2 months, you need to just check in. Hey, like just check in. Like you need a benchmark, have a visual of this.
Yep.
We're 2 months in to 12 months. We've spent $2,500 up to the initial $30,000. But you need to talk. That is your selling point every month.
Okay, got it.
Because these people need to be reminded.
Yes.
On the front end, you need more sales, right? And that's really through appointments. So the first thing I would recommend from that perspective is forming better partnerships and just giving more money away at first. And here's what you could do, right? You could look at Hampton. Like you could go on LinkedIn and look at Hampton. You could go on LinkedIn and look at EO, Entrepreneur Organization. These are organizations that have 7-figure businesses in it. And then you could kind of scrape those lists for everyone that is doing ads for e-commerce or any service for e-commerce businesses.
Sure.
Because if they're doing $1 million, that means they have a good amount of clients.
Yeah.
And then you say, hey, like, I would love to give you 20% per month. You can you just need to find the person that's like, oh, 20%, that's a killer deal. Like if they know their margins at $1 million or $2 million, they're like, that's what I net on all my clients anyway. I should just do a JV with this guy.
Yeah.
Now you could say, hey, like, we'll reassess after 10 referrals, but this is for your first 10, I'm going to give you 20%.
Okay.
And that is one option. That might not work, but the thing I want to create for you, you need to learn how to drive more traffic. You could either learn it personally or you could pay someone. I have a good LinkedIn partner that you could pay, but that's going to cost you $4,500 a month. You don't have that right now and you don't want to spend that right now. You have it, but you don't want to spend it. So my goal is if we could grow you from 20K to 40K or 20K to 30, 40K, I want you to start taking this cash and now investing in either coaching programs where it's like you're going to go through a LinkedIn program and they're going to teach you LinkedIn. This is what I did. Everything I did was I'm going to teach you and then you learn it. And now you could do it DIY.
Yep.
Or you pay a premium paid agency. Alex Ramosi teaches people. He goes to agencies. He says, teach me how to do this thing. And then he masters it. So for you, you need to create the cash flow and the time. Adding the capital will give you more time to delegate more and now invest in learning these things. The way I've been able to we book over 100 appointments every month. I just keep learning. I learn content. I learn content writing. I learn like sales, right? So for you, that's the game you want to get into, but you need some cash to be able to pay your way into it.
Yes.
Or pay an agency to do it and then have them teach you.
Sure.
Right? Hey, I'll sign up for 3 months, but like in return for signing up for 3 months, I want you to teach me how to do this so I can do it myself.
Right.
So I'm not going to be a long-term client. Can we do that?
Yeah.
So the ways we're going to get more leads, it's going to be through referrals. You can offer your service as white label. That's going to be a great option too.
Okay.
Like go to all these people too. Like you could refer me or you could white label me. I don't care.
Interesting. Yeah.
And you could white label others. So you have 8 clients. Can you white label I have a good ads agency you could white label if you're interested. You could go resell someone else. Like you could do SEM. You could do SEO and ads.
Okay. Yeah.
The goal of this white label is not to make a shit ton of money. It's to create $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in monthly profit that you say, I am reinvesting all this money I make from this white label. I'm going to invest in LinkedIn. I'm going to invest in programs. I'm going to invest in Like if I make 2K, I'm going to delegate these things to save 5 hours, and I'm going to be writing content for those 5 hours. Or I'm going to be doing cold emails for those 5 hours, right? So it's, if I make money, I'm reinvesting it, because you're already at, look, at 20 times 0.7. I mean, dude, you can, at 14K a month, you're living a good life.
Right.
The goal now is we need reinvest your money.
Yes.
And just delegating simpler things and getting more leads. That's the game.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to get you from 20 to 40. And then at 40, we reconnect and say, all right, I'm at 40. I now am profiting, $24,000 a month. What do I do?
Right.
Any questions?
No, I mean, that's pretty straightforward, and just doing it.
Yeah. So just as a recap, we need to go from, it's whack-a-mole. You're getting a client, you're losing a client. It's usually easier just to get another client.
Yeah.
So on the front end, I want you to consider referral partnerships, people that are selling to your audience, looking at Hampton, looking at EO, and just approaching these people that are running advertising agencies, email agencies, whatever. In addition to that, we want to be able to potentially white label. I have a good ads guy you can white label.
Okay.
That will create some cash. And if you make any money from that, it's just reinvesting it into programs, right? You're going to have a done for you service provider, or you're going to go into a coaching program where they're going to teach you how to do Twitter. I mean, here's the thing. I would say LinkedIn's probably the best place for you to be on right now.
Okay.
If I were to pick a platform, but you also need to learn Instagram DMs.
Yes.
So finding an Instagram person, Jeremy Moser on Twitter. There's two of them. You're looking for Jeremy Moser, the guy that lives in Switzerland, not the SEO Jeremy Moser, because you have a competitor, Jeremy Moser.
Yes.
He has a program where he might teach you, like he does Instagram. So you need to pick what's the next best platform. LinkedIn's going well. Instagram seems like you're doing decent. So pick a platform, invest. It might not work, and that's okay, because your mindset is not that it has to work. Your mindset is, I have to learn. And if I learn, I will stack these learnings eventually. As I keep investing, as I keep learning, I'll hit a winner where I go from 8 to 12, 12 to 15. I'm making more, I'm investing more, and now I learn more, and I get better. The goal is you need to be just as good as lead gen and marketing for yourself as you are at SEO for businesses. And that's where people in your shoes don't evolve. We need to evolve, or you need to become an elite marketer and business developer for your own business.
Okay. Yeah. So
that's the role. When you're at 1-2 million, you're not account managing, you're not doing strategy. You become so good at marketing for your own self that's the role you do.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how you need to evolve over the next 24 months.
Okay.
Cool.
Got it.
And then on the back end, just as a recap, right? Building a simple calculator to show them getting consent and buying.
Yep.
Would you invest $30,000 or $36,000 upfront and then $3,000 a month to make whatever the numbers show per month? Right. And if they get yes, then you have to remind them and nurture them for 12 months to be bought into that thing. If the numbers aren't correct, well, you got to deliver, right? If you don't deliver, they're going to churn. But if the numbers are correct, or if CRO is down, you need to go say, hey, we need to bring in a CRO person, right? And then you have a CRO referral partner. So that's the game. This is what's going to help you double and then triple your business.
Wonderful.
And thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Guys, if you need help growing your business, this is what ADF does. We show you the roadmap. We help you grow. And it is as simple as, once you know strategy, you just got to execute. Sometimes the strategy could be overwhelming because there's just so many options. And hopefully, Jason, you have some simple choices ahead of you. So
I do. Thanks.
Thank you.